How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We have the LR Super EZa INT Babidi. This is the free-to-play LR from the 8th anniversary and the 2nd anniversary free-to-play LR to get a Super EZa. They're really excited for this because they really hyper-tuned him for Deborah's team. So if you're somebody who had pulled on Deborah, you have a really nice unit that kind of ties the team together. So really excited to use him. It also kind of did him justice comparatively to the way he was before. So we got him, you know, obviously as a free-to-play unit. We got him fully decked out, max links, rainbow status, and you know, if you haven't grinded this guy out, you can grind him out from the Babidi story event, which is available in the story tab. It will take a little bit to get everything you need to grind him out fully, but it won't be nearly as bad as it was before, right? It shouldn't take too long with the update to the the dupe system, making it very easy to grind out super attack and whatnot, right? Because you can use them at any level to feed the super attack in instead of having to fully grind out, you know, 3 LR copies. So, you know, if you haven't done that, please do that because he's very helpful for Deborah's team. And even then, right, you get free stones for doing it too. Now, let's go ahead and let's take a look at his passive. He gets key 5, attack defense 250%, extreme allies attack defense 30%, Majin Buu Saga or corroded body and mind allies get an additional 30%. Before attacking, he gets 40% damage reduction rate, and when attacking with hope or more key, 250% attack. When receiving an attack, if you have 15 or more key, he gets defense 250%. So, really nice there. That essentially doubles his defense. When attacking with 18 or more key, he launches an additional attack, and when there is a superclass enemy, which we will activate because this is the Gamma's fight against the superclass, and we do have 4 Majin Buu Saga characters on the team. He has a great chance of evading an enemy's attack, damage reduction rate 20% temporarily, and when receiving a normal attack, and a chance of evading enemy's attack, additional 10% temporarily when receiving a super attack. Chance of evading enemy's attack and damage reduction rate 10% within the turn after evading attack. So essentially, after you get that first evasion, you have 80% dodge and an additional 10%, so 90 if it is a super attack. When there is an extreme enemy or 4 more corroded body and mind allies, you get key 4 extreme allies, chance for a critical hit 10%. If Majin Buu or corroded body and mind allies, 10% critical hit. So 20% for extreme Majin Buu or corroded body and mind characters, and an additional attack defense 100% when attacking with 12 more key, and all allies get an additional 15% for 2 turns with the 18 key. So really nice there. So 400k start of turn defense, nothing crazy, but we aren't expecting crazy out of him. What we are expecting is a solid unit here, who's going to get, you know, who's going to provide support to the to Deborah. That's really what this guy's about, is supporting Deborah. So we put him in slot 2 just to let Deborah get built up here in slot 1. We could have easily put him in slot 1 and let him dodge there. We would have had a decent dodge chance. But like I said, we do need to get our Deborah built up here. So that's what we're just going to run this. Excellent. Okay. So 36 million, nothing too crazy there, though I'm not expecting insane offense out of this guy as a free-to-play unit. His job is to support Deborah and provide 4 links for him, and as long as he can do that and at least live normals, I think I'm happy with what he's doing here. And he does live the normals. Here goes the super. We do dodge the super. Perfect. You know, that 90% dodge on supers, very helpful there. There we go, we get the dodge with baby, and we are safe. On to the next turn here. Okay, lots of attacks in slot 1, so I'm actually going to put Deborah slot 1. That will lower our overall damage for the turn, but it is probably better for us to do this. There we go. Because Goma could actually deal... Well, actually, with Deborah getting built up a lot here, it might actually even out. There we go. Okay, yeah, because you guys know Gamma 2 here, a little bit dangerous on his second appearance. So, yeah, it probably was good putting Deborah here. Now, the only thing is, Babidi does have a standby, and I'm not sure if we will end up using it here because his standby, I mean, it's not that it works against the team, it's just, it's not really doing much for the team, right? They kind of built him assuming you were going to stay in Babidi, which is not the worst thing ever, right? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to switch here. We're going to put him slot 1 this time. We're going to take those. All right, so we do have the support. We're also getting Legic support. So as long as he's in slot 3, right? So he's giving 60%, right? So we're getting the double support here. We're getting support from Legic, and we're getting support from Babidi here. So, you know, this is actually 5 links here for him. And Legic is also real nice for this team, even though he's not, I mean, he supports, yeah, he supports for, he supports the team really well, especially with that 2-turn support that he's got. So it's real nice, because if he launches multiple attacks here, there we go, we get the dodge on the super, we get the dodge, perfect. Yeah, so 31 million on this one, right? So he's not supporting, he's supporting Deborah, right? Legic is. He's not supporting these guys, which is fine, right? These guys, their job is to support, so that's really all that matters here. I haven't decided whether or not we're going to stand by him. He can stand by on the 4th turn, but I haven't decided if we're going to do that or not. I mean, I suppose we should showcase the standby. It just, like I said, it kind of works against the team, because at the point where you would probably stand by, you're using Deborah's active, which is going to protect him anyways. I don't know. It just puts him in a weird position. All right, Deborah's going to get a little more built up. So remember, once Legic starts attacking, right, he's giving 20% for 2 turns, right? So the more attacks he does, right, that stacks up, right? So he can potentially get a lot. So there's 1. There's 2, right? So that's 40% he's giving for 2 turns. Yeah, like, Legic's kind of crazy for this team. There we go. That's 60% for 2 turns that he just gave. Yeah, so this rotation is going to be kind of crazy, just so you know. This rotation is going to be kind of crazy. But we are going to float off the other Deborah. I'm going to keep Babidi and, well, actually, you know what? Maybe we just keep the Deborah on this rotation. And just float the baby. That's a tough one. Yeah, what if we did that? What if we just keep Deborah and float the baby? That might honestly be better for the team to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I don't like all these orbs. Alright, let's do that. Way too much here. There we go, we get the dodge, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that way we don't get sealed and Deborah gets fully built up. Yeah, look at that. 60 million there. Yeah. The turn after Legic attacks is just like, it's such an insane turn. Right, so like ideally what you want is you want to get a turn where Legic attacks before, and then you activate Yakon's active at the same time. Like, that's an insane turn. There we go. And then we get Goma. So we might actually end up... Oh, actually, no. No, never mind. There we go. We might not end up killing. I suppose it's a good thing if we don't. There we go. Okay, so... Yeah, we should probably... Oh, wait. We get the triple out of baby. Are we going to kill here? I'm not going to say I hope we don't, but at the same time... Okay, good. So we get a little heal here. Alright, so 2 things are going to happen. We're going to activate Yakon's stuff here, because it's going to give us 4 turns. So by the time we show up again, he's going to have... We're still going to have the support. We are going to stand by, though. Him. There we go. And we get rid of those bombs, which is nice. Okay, so stand by the Majin Vegeta here, right? So we have... Now that he's standby, right, we get Key 5, 250% defense. We have a 1% chance to support Superclass allies, which, yes, it's 1%. You're never going to see it, but you're never going to see it anyways, because realistically, you're not running this guy on a Superclass team, so it's kind of a moot point here. He does have a 99% chance to support allies for 60% attack, which is real nice. And as long as we have 3 or more Corroded Body and Mind or Majin Buu Saga allies, which we do, we randomly change key spheres of certain type to rainbow key spheres, and we get an additional damage reduction rate of 44%. We have 250% defense when attacking with 12 or more key, 44% damage reduction with 15 or more key, and transforming a critical hit at 15% with each attack. 50% up to 100 with each attack received. And when key is 18 or more at the end of the turn, he recovers 20% HP and 600% when the finish skill is activated. So we are going to grab all of this. All right. We'll get a nice little heal up here with Deborah. And we're going to activate Yakon's active here. So, we'll see. I am actually curious if he can tank this. It'll be kind of cool if he can tank Gamma 2 Super here. I'm not expecting that he can, but it'll be kind of cool. And then plus here, right, we just need 5 hits to get the build up. Or 2 hits, rather, actually, just to get the critical hit built up, which we do. And he could tank the super, so that's nice. I was worried if he could. Jesus Christ, Deborah. Yeah, so you're seeing what I'm talking about here with that skill. Okay. And then here comes my favorite turn, right? So we're going to have the Yakon and the Legic up here. This is going to be really cool. All right, so just due to the nature of this, we're not going to go the full 5 turns with theirs, but what we'll do to kind of simulate the extra 5 turns is we're going to do this number. We're going to pick all of this up here with him and grab all of that with him. All right, and then now, right, because all of that just built up that, and then when we giant form, reset the field, and we can do that. All right. So this will essentially simulate that 5th turn for us here. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so we'll be solid here. And we'll be able to heal up with those AGL and Tech Orbs right there, too. So that'll be nice. And this will also remove any threat of super attacks we have this turn as well. Alrighty, excellent. Alright, I do love Goma's giant form. It's such a clutch, it's such a clutch active, clearing out the field like that. And plus, because of the way he builds, right, it gives him extra attack and defense for us doing it. So now what we can do here is actually... alright. Frick. Alright, well, we're gonna have to do... Well, actually, no, that's not the worst thing ever. Because we can do that number for Deborah. And do that. Because we know that there's no super attack coming. There we go. Okay, just don't miss any more dodges, please. Never mind. Alright, well, next turn we'll have... Nice. So now... Next turn we'll have Deborah's taunt, which we can use, which will also protect us from the super, so it's not that terrible. But, so yeah, so this next turn, right, is going to be crazy supported, especially if we can get our Legic here with at least with the 3 supers again. There we go, 72 million, yeah, so... Yeah, I'm definitely liking the function of this team a lot more now with the introduction of the Babidi. Excellent. And then now Legic's turn. Now hopefully we can proc 3 supers here and get a nice setup. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. Alright, so remember, we still have Yakons active up too as well. Alright, so we got the triple supers. 60% support heading over to that other rotation as well. Perfect. Oh, we get... Oh, man, I was going to say, we're going to get 4. Okay, excellent. And guess what? We get another turn of building those giant forms. So... I'm going to do the same thing we did a minute ago. We're going to grab 15 here. There we go. We'll grab that. Beautiful. And then baby it up. We'll do another giant form. Pop that. Excellent. Oh, man, this is so perfect. All right, so we'll grab that. I guess it doesn't really matter what we grab here. Okay, perfect, perfect. So we got some good. We got a good turn set up here. We actually got a good amount of orbs for him. That's real nice. All right, perfect. Alrighty. The only thing I don't like about the giant forms, they take too long. Goma's is a little bit fast, but babies can take kind of long. Especially if we end up getting that second turn, right? Goma only has the 1 turn, which is nice, but baby can be a problem with his multiple turns, which we do proc the second turn. Alright, let's... I don't think it matters, but we can try to clear the field here. There we go. Okay, perfect. Alright, not doing a whole lot of damage there, which I guess is fine. But now my only issue here is the setup we're going to have. Okay, well, I guess we'll grab spheres with baby first. We'll use the target on... Because we want to get as many... We want to get as many attacks, or as many orbs off as possible before the next turn. So I guess we'll use the target. So we'll put baby in slot 1, right? Let him attack first. Goma in slot, or Deborah in slot 2. Yeah, that'll work. That should work. And then we'll pop the Vegeta standby. Okay, excellent. Finally out of that giant form there. Okay, so what are we going to change? We're going to change some bad key spheres, aren't we? Yeah, I don't like that, but whatever. Okay, so the nice thing is we can do this, take whatever hit we're going to take, and it's actually a pretty decent amount of orbs on the field, too. Okay, we pop that. All right, this is going to actually be an insane turn for Deborah, by the way. Just so you know. 11. All right. And then we get a nice little full heal here. All right, so you can see we got 115 spheres. Let's go ahead. You know, honestly, I've never actually watched the full animation for this. So let's go ahead. Let's pop that active skill. Or standby, rather.
He's at full power! He's coming out! Martin Boo's coming out!
Nice. That's a good chunk of damage. Okay, excellent. I mean, I wasn't expecting a whole lot since it is a free-to-play unit, but still, I mean, looking here, pretty good, right? And then, of course, we know that the whole rotation is protected because we do have Deborah's taunt up. So, and then, of course, right, we shouldn't have to worry about a super since we did do giant form here this turn. There we go. We get an additional super. Yeah, so if we end up not killing this turn, I guess it's not the worst thing ever. We do have a taunt on a giant on the next turn, so we'll either way. Next turn is either win or lose, basically. But let's see what Deborah's at. I am very curious. Not bad, 92 million. And remember, this is our 55% Deborah, and then we get that crit from that support. Because this is the mirror friend, mind you. So he's 55%. He's exactly the same as ours. Okay, so it looks like we didn't kill, which is a bit unfortunate. But we might. Okay, so we might on the next turn if we get that. So actually, that does lead me to believe. So I was wondering this about with the Yakon and the extra Legic support. It does seem like Giant Form may have advanced the clock on their support because I think if we hadn't done Giant Form, it would have done a lot better. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm wrong. It's entirely possible. All right. So, this is possibly a death turn. We'll see. If we die here, it's not the worst thing.
To witness the power of the king of the demon realm.
Nice. All right. All right, so we're going to grab that with Goma. We're going to grab that with Deborah. There we go. All right. And if we're really lucky, he's going to super in slot 1, and we just straight up counter it with this target. Yep, there it goes. Ha 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 ha. Perfect. Excellent. Alrighty, so honestly, about what I expected from a free-to-play support unit. In fact, actually, I shouldn't say about what I expected. He exceeded expectations, right? Not only do you have that standby for that quick, sort of get-out-of-there card, not to say that she would use it often. Honestly, if I wanted to finish this fight quicker, I probably wouldn't have even bothered with it. I would have just kept up with their... because then we wouldn't have had to burn either one of the giant forms to advance that support. We might have just used Goma's, but it would have honestly been... I think it's better for the team as a whole for him to just stay in Babidi because of the insane support that he's providing, along with the extra the extra 15%, 2%, 2-turn support. You combine that with the Legic support, you combine that with Yakon support, and then you have your baby, you have your Goma, and you have your Deborah just doing insane things on this team, right? Honestly, I don't really think the team needs much else. Like, this team as it is right now is pretty solid. And that tells you all you need to know about this free-to-play unit, right? He serves his purpose. He does it well, and very, very happy they did him a solid. Because I mean, if you guys remember him back during 8th anniversary, he was nearly useless with that standby skill. So very glad that they actually made him very useful, even if it is hyper specific to Deborah's team. At least he has a function now, which is nice. So, guys, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of the free-to-play LR Babidi's Super EZa? Like I said, I think he's great. I think they knocked it out of the park here. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.